God, we come to you on this beautiful fall day. We're here for this meeting. Pray your blessing upon our mayor and city council and upon each one who has come to share and to be a part of this meeting. We pray that your will be done in all that is said and done here. We thank you for this community in which we live and work and share, and pray that you will guide and direct us. And bless all those who come into this community, especially be with those who protect and serve us. Keep them safe and well. And bless us through this fall season, that we might feel your presence with us. For it is in your holy name we humbly pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a couple of visitors tonight. Joyce Jennings, if you're here, could you please come up? That's the thing. Hello, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm here because I would like you to consider letting a person who lives in their home host Airbnb guests for more than 31 days. I know the Louisville Metro Council just approved that. And I have enjoyed hosting guests for the Derby, coming up PGA. And I even have, I love the pictures. I know the essence of this was worrying about buying houses and having bachelor parties and stuff, but I've had wonderful people that are very sweet and kind, and I'll pass this up to let you look at them. Last year was a couple from England, and in my other room was a mother and daughter from Wisconsin. And I've just had wonderful people that I've enjoyed meeting. And the reason they like Airbnb is because you can't find a hotel room within 50 miles. And if you can, they're really expensive. And these people are just good people that enjoy my hospitality, and I enjoy hosting them. Also, Southeast Christian, like the World Health Conference is coming up in November, and people always stay with me for that. And that's only a few days. PGA is coming, as you all know, and it's so convenient. And then students that go to Campbellsville University, is that in the J-Town?
I'm
not
not
sure.
sure. It's over there.
Yeah, it is.
It's over there by
Well-
Sam's, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
Home
Oh,
Depot.
Home Depot.
Anyway, they come in for 2 days. They do it online, and then they have to come in 3 times a year, and they're only here for 2 days. So they come in on Thursday and leave Saturday. So all these opportunities to meet and greet and show my hospitality is really helpful for me and for everybody that likes to stay. So-
Where's Marquis Trace?
Plainview.
Plainview.
I've lived there for 47 years.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's
Because
where
I know
that's
that we've
gonna
had
be my
objection
last
to it before, but I got to refer this to Fred because I'm our city attorney.
Let me turn that on. As I understand, this came before the city council previously on a regulation that was sent out from the planning commission, and it was not adopted. Airbnbs were not adopted at that time. So I would suggest, Mayor, that we put this in the legislative committee and let the committee meet with whomever, if you want to bring somebody with you. And maybe at that committee, they could rehash whatever went through the city council the last time.
You know, that you do allow somebody to stay for 31 days.
Are you
At least
running an
that's what, at least that's what the code enforcement man told
Are
me.
you running an Airbnb or do you rent your whole house as an Airbnb? I mean, as a B&B, or do you rent the whole house?
No, I don't rent the whole house.
So
Almost
No,
like
I
a bed
live
and
there.
breakfast type.
you're more of a bed and breakfast.
Excuse me, which code enforcement officer told you that?
Scott,
Scott?
Scott's
Uh,
not here, but
Steve,
can one of
Ron,
you all
one of y'all
answer
wanna
that,
come up?
address that, Steve or Ron?
he just said, yeah, 31 days. I'm like, okay, but I wish I could host people for Derby and PGA and nice thing. Okay.
From a zoning standpoint, which, if it's over 31 days, if you rent your whole house out, you can do that because it's a rental house. If it's actually, individual rooms, that would not be allowed because that would be a boarding and lodging house.
But I live there.
That's would be a boarding and lodging house. So it doesn't matter. There's been some confusion on the, if you rent a room out versus a whole house. So that's where, Scott being code, building inspector and electrical inspector doesn't know the nuances of.
Mayor, this is why I wanted to put it in legislative committee,
Okay,
because
okay.
it came out with certain recommendations from the planning commission, certain ones of which were not adopted by this council.
okay.
And I think we need to sit down at a committee hearing, and then the committee can make a recommendation to the full city council.
And Ms. Jennings, you can come to that meeting as well.
Or, I don't know who, did you say
Okay.
that?
I will let you know. I've got your information here. Marquis Trace 1105. What I'll do is the legislative committee, whoever's head of that, which would be Allison. You need to set up a meeting. And if y'all want to do it now, that's fine.
Okay, we could do one, or y'all good with
Whatever
it?
works for
Well,
you.
y'all won't be here for the next meeting, right? You
No,
won't
I'll be here. The 17th, I won't be here.
Okay, what about?
This is a crazy question. What brought this up? Why'd you even ask the question in the first place? I was wondering. How'd you even know about it?
Guy knocked on my door.
Somebody went knocking on the door and said,
Scott,
and said, we know you run an Airbnb, you gotta stop.
yeah,
Okay.
well, you have to let people stay for 31 days.
Did someone,
Have to
did
stay for
someone turn
31
you
days.
in, ma'am?
Asked to stay for 31 days, what he told you?
Do what?
He said you have to have someone stay for.
Yeah, it's okay if people stay
only-
31 days or more.
oh,
And I've
31
had
days or
people
more.
from all over the world stay.
Yeah, hey,
Wait a
Vince.
second, if he said 31 days or more, then you're scot-free.
No, because he said I can't for like 5 days or 4 days or
Oh, okay.
Derby or
Okay.
PGA. And a lot of people do come in and
Okay.
they like it because it's affordable and it's, yeah.
I don't
there's-
know about your neighbors, but I can tell you that we had an event over on Willowwood and those people threw a fit. They threw a fit about it. So I think
Oh,
that's one
yeah.
of the reasons.
Well,
that-
that's why when Metro Council said if they live there, I'm not going to let them tear up my house. It's different.
Right.
And so
I got you.
How long have you been doing this, ma'am?
years, where are you? I don't know
here.
who's talking.
How long have you been doing it? Years?
Years, about 6 years. Yeah. My kids moved out and they said, why don't you do Airbnb? And so people have just,
You're brave. I wouldn't have the nerve
Or
to
it's
do
kind of
that.
like.
Oh,
a
other people
bed and
say that too,
breakfast.
but
don't know if
I
call it
I
Airbnb.
don't let people, I don't accept as many people as I accept. So it's really a good, Airbnb is great to have as a backup. And they give you $1 million liability insurance policy. And it's just been a good platform. And I've enjoyed hosting people from all over the world.
Well,
so-
you know what? You set it up.
Okay,
Uh,
I mean, we could do it in 2 meetings, or
okay.
that
You
would be
want to do
November
it?
7th.
When
Huh?
is the PGA? I think
When is the PGA?
The PGA.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's not anywhere soon.
But you have something coming in November, ma'am? Do you want an answer? Okay, so
We don't have to do it before a meeting, right? We can do it.
Ron, do you have something to say? Come ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy. Okay.
This started with, I received an anonymous phone call about running the Airbnb at that location. We did a research, found it online. I went over and talked to Ms. Jennings. And I had the listing with the codes as far as short-term rental. Now, there was a little confusion on my part when I told you more than 31 would be a long-term. But for the short term, you rent out your entire house or condo. Once it goes into where, and this is where Steve was trying to clarify, if you're renting out just a room, it is a boarding house, which is not permitted, but you can get a conditional use permit to allow that. On the short-term rentals of Airbnb, the code and definition clearly states it is not permitted in the city of Jeffersontown. So that's where she's getting the 31 days. That would be a long-term rental. But, and I apologize for the confusion. That would be if you're renting out your entire house or condo.
I've not been there.
So does that mean that? Yeah,
So,
okay, well.
so
I'm confused.
Airbnbs are not allowed.
Correct.
Airbnbs are not allowed in J-Town, but she can get a permit to have a boarding house,
Short term?
a short-term.
She would have to get a conditional use permit.
And who approves that?
or each time, I guess.
Each time?
Eh?
Now, a conditional use permit is not quite a zoning change, but it does require a neighborhood meeting, a site development plan, and goes through a public hearing with sign posting at the property. So it's
How much
not-
does that cost, Steve?
It is right now for us, a conditional use permit is $1,000 plus notice to first and second to property. owner per.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that would be in place,
Maybe give them a
but
meeting.
if the board grants that.
Okay.
How do I get it allowed to do a Airbnb, which is easy and people have loved staying?
That's
don't
up
wanna
to
move
my
out of
city
my
attorney.
house.
I can't answer that.
Don't
I
allow
know.
Airbnbs in
That-
J-Town.
That's why I said we need to put it in committee
Okay,
because
correct.
there is a lot of legislation involved in this. The council already entertained it once. I wasn't here back when that was done. But I'm sure in its wisdom, the council had a reason why it didn't approve Airbnbs. And maybe after the committee meets, takes another look at it, but they'll have to look at it again if they're
Okay.
going to do new legislation on it.
Brad, we had a
Thank you.
lot of Plainview
Thank you.
residents that were totally against
I think the-
Airbnb
Well,
in their neighborhood.
There's
HOA.
also the homeowners association, which is a whole different matter that we don't have anything to do with. And I'm assured that the
I know.
homeowners association.
It's a shame because as you can tell, I don't host, I host
Yeah,
good
nice
people.
pictures. I got
Yeah.
you.
Okay, Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. And
I'll
we'll
wait to
be
hear
in
from
touch.
somebody.
We'll
We'll be
plan-
in touch.
Yeah, we're going to get a
me
meeting
ask you a
together.
Get a
question.
meeting together and
Is
we'll
this-
call you.
Can I ask one question? Does this pass your homeowners association muster?
I've never
Never
even
asked.
know how to go to a homeowners association.
Brian, when do they meet? You know.
November.
That might-
I'll
and I-
find out somehow. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay, thank you.
And they meet at the Tway House over there at the
Yeah,
pool.
okay.
Okay.
great. Thank you.
Okay. Ron,
Just remember how the wording was. An Airbnb is for the entire house. If it's a room, it is a boarding. Okay?
okay. Thank you, Ron. Next on my list will be Debbie Murphy and her twin. I forgot your name. Huh? Okay, Gail. Okay. I've met you umpteen times and I still forget your name, so it doesn't matter. I would forget it.
I'll learn in time.
Okay.
Thank you for allowing us to speak this evening. I've lived in J-Town with my husband for almost 50 years. We've raised our children here in this community and raised and bought 3 homes here. I've been involved with our association, which is Watterson Woods, forever, pretty much since I've lived there 29 years. I've built the home that we live in. And recently, along with the officers and board members of our association, we met with Mayor Pike, and Fred was there, and Matt was there, and a number of other people. We have a lot of issues in our community. It's a very large community, 706 homes
Mhm.
and a POA, which is
Huge.
unmanageable, to
Mhm.
say the least. At this meeting, we expressed concerns to Mayor Pike and all the officials of what was happening with the property in our subdivision. There's almost 13 acres of land that belongs to Jefferson County Public School System. 42 years ago, they bought that land and said, yes, we want to build an elementary school there. It has never happened. It's empty land with lots of trees and big mature
It's beautiful. I
trees.
agree.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, and a lot of deer, foxes, you name it, it's back there. That land was auctioned off by Jefferson County School Systems, and a developer has bought it. It is zoned R4 at the present time. We strongly, and I'm wording that very strongly, we strongly oppose any kind of cluster housing to go in there. We are strictly a residential community. To place apartments, townhouses, et cetera, in there. The traffic is always horrible back there. If you've ever gone back on Gutenberg and Lock Ridge, you understand that's a speedway back there.
Debbie,
I-
let me ask, Steve something,
Mhm.
or Ron. Someone is planning on, I know this for a fact, putting in patio homes there. Can you do patio homes in an R4 or do we need an R5 for that?
Typically, that would be an R5A
Okay,
development. So we would have to
that's what
right.
we're gonna-
here.
Okay. Have you seen the plans for that yet, Steve?
No.
Okay.
Nothing has been submitted, because if they submit to Metro, they're supposed to submit to us at the same time, so I can get that contact, that information to you all. with the
Right,
notifications
right.
that I send out upfront. But,
Okay,
We have not received anything.
okay.
I get a notice every week of what's filed at Metro.
Right, okay.
You can just
Thank you.
multiply that if you put 4 patio homes to an acre. per
That, I
se.
know houses on R4, you can put 4 houses to
But
an
in
acre.
in the R5, you could probably do that. And know most households is 2 cars minimum. We have lots of people in our subdivision that have teenagers and young adults or 2 families living with them. And we have 5 and 6 cars in driveways right now and in the streets all over the place. It's terrible. It's a mess. So I want you to understand that I'm here because I walk our neighborhood all the time. I know quite a few of the residents in our subdivision. They all go, what's happening? And they are very, very opposed to this situation happening. We just can't even afford to have them be part of our association.
Right.
We cannot manage any more homes.
Let me bring the council up to date on that, okay? Because they are not aware of what's going on, okay? First of all, they have a homeowner association over there, and they don't want a homeowner association over there.
It's a
They want to
property
get
owner.
rid of it.
It's a property association.
Right, the property owners, okay? But I did not know this, and Fred has set in on this, and Matt set in on this. You just can't dissolve a homeowners association. You just can't say we don't want it anymore. So now these girls have been taking care of 700 and some houses for all these years.
Yeah.
And they do not want anything that's built on that to be a part of that, of the homeowners. So I talked to Fred earlier and he said they can create their own homeowner association and would not become a part of that.
Perfect.
So I wanted them to understand what really has happened in the past.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Over in Plainview.
Yeah, Sycamore
and all
1,
that,
Sycamore
where they
2,
have
yeah.
their-
yeah,
They have their own associations.
Okay.
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 Well,
go
that
ahead,
will
Debbie.
solve that problem if that happens. And, part of our problem is we have no participation, Jackie. You just said, Carol. We have been managing it, Bill, her husband and I have been managing it for years. Nobody shows up for our meetings. We have terrible time with collecting dues. Many years ago, when I first became president of the association, I talked with Bill Durf and he said, why don't you just foreclose? You don't foreclose on your neighbors in
Yeah.
the same subdivision. Let's put it that way. And it's also very prohibitive in cost.
Right.
So we file liens and to date we have 68 folks with liens on their property. 10%.
Do you send them messages that you're putting liens on their
Oh,
property?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They got 3 months. The dues are all of $6 a month, guys.
Maybe if you foreclosed on one, Debbie, that would get
Yeah,
everybody's
It might get a
attention.
point. We might end up doing that.
I mean,
just to
honestly,
kind of,
it wakes
we'll
people
see
up.
what happens. We have elections coming up this Thursday. We're hoping to have better participation in our neighborhood.
Okay, so you're saying you have elections. Do you now have people that's willing to serve in your homeowners association?
Myself and one other person.
Okay. Would you be, you mean you got somebody going against you? Is that what you're
No, he
saying?
would be the president and I would stay the vice president.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and then her husband, Bill, is going to stay on as treasurer secretary.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get a secretary and Gail will go to the board. Our board members are not even participating.
Okay.
It's a shame. I mean, it's a beautiful neighborhood. Like I said, I've lived there 29 years. Gail's lived there a long time. They built their home, 21. A lot of our folks have been there a long time, raising grandchildren, some of them actually, but it's just a really nice community. It's a nice place to live. But on that note, we have had a rise in vandalism in our neighborhood. The police department is very well aware of it. It happened on my street twice now. Cars broken into, a van was vandalized and tools stolen out, all on Ring cameras. They're actually coming on our streets now. I live on Megan J. Court, which is often one of the main deals.
Megan J.
Megan J.
Mhm.
Mhm. And off Morgan James. They are actually coming in with hoods on, sweats, in stolen cars. They get out of their cars. They try every car that's on the street or the driveway. Then they actually are brazen enough to try front doors.
Yeah.
It's very, very scary.
Scary. It is scary.
Very scary. So anyway, we've had lots and lots of vandalism. We report it to the police every time it happens. It's cost us thousands of dollars. And we just really need some help back there. We need more police to be present in our subdivision, especially on Lockridge and Gutenberg.
Chief Sanders, can you address anything on that, please?
That's what we need. And I encourage our neighborhood and our neighbors to do that, to call the police, because they need to contact you, not me.
I encourage people to leave their porch lights on, and they all gripe on my street, and you got 2 people out of 18 that leave them on at night. I guess they can't afford to turn the porch lights on at night. I don't understand why people won't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, here they are. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time
Welcome.
and listening. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank
you.
Thanks, guys. Next, I think someone came in but didn't get to sign in. If you would like to speak, yeah, come ahead. When you walked in, there was somebody up there you wouldn't have known to come up there and sign in. So go right
And
ahead.
I thought too that the meeting didn't start till 6:30, so that was on me. So we
Okay,
were-
but go to the microphone, please.
Okay. My name is Kathy Snyder. I live on Collingwood Road in Hill Ridge subdivision, and I'm here to make a request that I suspect you hear quite often, in that we would like for you guys to entertain the thought of turning a one-way stop in our neighborhood into a 3-way stop. And we live on one of those streets that's a cut through. Many of you guys are very familiar with our neighborhood due to the previous things that we came before you guys on with traffic concerns. But our neighborhood is right at that corner of Waterston Trail and Stony Brook.
Yeah.
And San Marcos is one exit, and then of course Collingwood's another exit. And during rush hour traffic, when all that backs up from all the industrial folks trying to get through J-Town, people just use our cut through like it was a racetrack. They come up San Marcos. There is not a stop sign for them coming that direction. So when they come up that hill, make that left, they just floor it until they get back down to Stony Brook, because they're trying to miss the light at Waterston Trail and Stony Brook. They don't have the patience to sit and wait their turn through the light, which means they also don't have the patience to drive the 25 miles an hour that the speed limit is on our street. So I brought documentation. I don't know if that's appropriate for this meeting or if it has to roll over to the next meeting.
No,
But
it's
we,
fine.
but we did canvass the neighbors on our stretch from San Marcos down to Stony Brook. And of the 18 that we sent letters to, we had, and I apologize, I should have had this memorized, 10 are for the stop sign, 1's against the stop sign, and 7 houses, 1 of which is a rental, 2 of which the occupants have only lived there about a year. 7 of those just did not respond at all. And they were sent multiple letters asking them just to even give us a no opinion, and I have the signatures on the letters that we sent for those folks. And honestly, I'm not really sure what the next step would be to try to get this approved and just get turn Cottage Hill and Collingwood into a three-way stop instead of a
I
one-way
know where that
stop.
is, right.
Mhm.
Should I put this in safety? Fred?
Yes, ma'am.
should.
And I know, I live in the neighborhood and I know that there was a three-way stop put in at Lethborough and Bayonne.
Yeah,
But
very,
but
yes, which is
that's-
just on the other side,
Right.
it's still the same subdivision, and apparently that's been very successful in slowing folks down. And that's really all we're concerned about is we're having more younger families move in.
Yeah.
And we have walkers in our neighborhood from our subdivision, from Mansfield Estates, from Brookhurst and Southern Breeze, because we're all, like, we make this huge loop. So at any given time in the evenings, you can look out and see 3, 4 different groups of walkers with kids riding their bikes, and we have no sidewalks.
Right.
So when these guys are flying down that road, distracted, texting, whatever it is they're doing, swaying all over, it's just a matter of time before we have an accident. there.
Right. Chief, from here, what do you want me to do? Right. Okay.
There could be, probably be another spot in that
Okay,
neighborhood
I'm
too.
so
in
confused
San
of what's
Marcos and La
going on down
Costa.
here.
San Marcos and La Costa.
Yeah,
that
actually,
could
that's,
be-
that's
they-
another
they
bad
fly down
spot that
to
they
too.
fly through there as well.
Yeah,
You're
if
right.
Both of those, yeah, we could look at both of
Yeah.
So
those.
you're talking about one stop sign at Collingwood and Cottage Hill.
Currently, if you're coming down Cottage Hill to Collingwood, you have to stop. But if you're coming down
Collingwood.
Cottage Hill, you have to stop. But if you're coming from Stony Brook or from San Marcos down Collingwood, there is no stop. And again, like I said, it's just, it's even the buses, God knows they're on the time schedule, but even school buses are flying through there. But normally we see it a lot in the morning and a lot in the evening hours when a lot of people in our neighborhood, we have some older folks who get out and walk earlier than not. When people are flying through there during rush hour, that's when it gets really scary.
If she's already got the signatures, then why can't we put it up?
Mayor, if you please, we do have a sign review committee. The city council years ago gave the authority to that committee. They delegated it to them to make that decision. It's the chief, public works director, the city clerk treasurer, and I think at the time I was on it. But we need to have that formality accomplished because for the police to enforce this, there has to be an act of the city council. We can rely upon the delegation to that committee
Okay.
through the city council. So we do have to go through the formalities.
Okay.
And I think the starting place would be with the safety.
With the
committee.
safety committee?
All right,
Okay.
during committee reports, I'll schedule something.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah, this is the.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
very
and you
much.
can give us a report.
Okay, so.
Okay.
then
Thank you
I-
very much. And I need your name and no, did you write it down?
I
'Cause
will. Yes,
okay.
I'll bring it back
I
up
need
here.
that name and number and how to get,
Okay, so then we will wait to hear from the safety committee and you guys or
Yes,
just,
if you will give that to Matt. Matt, will you get her information? Okay.
okay.
Okay. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to fill this out real quick and hand it to you.
Anybody else want to speak before city council? Okay. Reading of the minutes, September 19th.
She went to-
Paula has her hands up.
Oh,
You're good. She's here for funding. Funding request.
okay. Reading of the minutes, September 19th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 19th.
Ninth.
Yes, it's true.
Reading
Second.
minutes, September 19th, 2023.
Yes.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. General fund warrant number 1593.
I make a motion that we approve general fund warrant 1593 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Road fund warrant number 980.
I make a motion, we approve road fund warrant 980 is distributed.
Second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Funding requests. For the new ones that are on the, I don't know if you were here before, but this is, we get it, twice a year. And these people have, and you probably have this in front of you. And if you don't, there's 3 people that are asking for funding tonight. So if someone wants to talk for them, I've got, first one I've got is Jeffersontown Area Ministries. If you would come forward, Marlon, I would appreciate it. And tell them who you are and what you are about.
Sure. Good evening. I'm Marlon Cummings. I am the Executive Director of Jeffersontown Area Ministries. I've been here since the inception. We have got a great partnership with the city of Jeffersontown. And because of the partnership, we're able to serve literally thousands of people each year who live in our communities. I believe we make the community stronger. We stabilize the community. It's been a challenge, especially since COVID, and especially since the opening of several new apartment complexes, not in J-Town proper, but in the surrounding. You've got the Donna Rail apartment complex and then Bristol Bluffs, both which have taxed our services. But with the continuation, not only the city council and mayor, but the people who live in this territory. Just yesterday, KCC Construction stopped by with about 1,700 pounds of food. Our pantry was really low. Again, today I picked up another 1,000 pounds of food, and people are constantly and very generously giving. So I'm here again with if I had a hat on, I'd hold it out so you can put some money in it. But we need your support, and I'm pretty sure that that most of you all know who I am. I've been around ever since the beginning. I was thinking when I was walking into this building, where we got our start. We got our start in the basement of City Hall until Danny Ruckriegel asked me to get out, and he built a building, and I left. It was okay. It was a good partnership. So we've got a good partnership, and I just want to continue that partnership. I did bring some paraphernalia and gave it to you. Our event's coming up November the 10th, the Monarchs. If you like to dance and have a good time, come and join us. It's our only event that we have. It's our only fundraising event. But we're able to bring in a lot of money. Our funding comes not only from the city of Jeffersontown, but the city of Louisville, LG&E, Louisville Water. We've got about a $400,000. And I don't know if you all received my budget or not. I gave it to Missy. We've got about a $400,000 cash budget, but we got a $2 million total budget because of all the in-kind goodness that we receive from the community and from the loaves of bread we get to the cans of beans we get. If you want to see us in action, come on a Thursday. We have about 140 people who come through on Thursdays for our produce truck, and we're giving out meat, produce, a whole lot of good opinions. So if you want to come and see what we do, come on any Thursday, rain or shine, we're out there. I can say that during the COVID experience, we never shut our doors. And that's because we have about between 75 and 80 dedicated volunteers who give thousands and thousands of hours to serve our neighbors in need, because that's what we're about. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Well, thank you. And if everyone will read their little pamphlet that was put out here, there's 16 area churches that also benefit from this. They collect money and they come up there. So it's not just one church, it's everybody. We've been given to JAM for many, many years.
Right.
So thank you for your
we're a
presentation.
501c3. A lot of people say, we're not a church. We're just not. We were founded by congregations along with Danny Ruckriegel, who came together and realized that we needed a central intake process. And because we're part of a larger network, there's 13 community ministries throughout Louisville. So what that means is you can't go shopping. You can't go to Fern Creek Ministries and then come to us. So we're very well networked. We make a difference not only in J-Town, but throughout the whole city of Louisville with the work that we do. We're a safety net. And we're recognized. I appreciate the many, many years, especially with some of you I've known for many years. It's a great partnership. If anybody got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay.
If not, I'll go sit down.
Okay. Thank you,
All right,
Marlon.
thanks.
We'll get
All right,
back with
great.
you. Next one is USA Cares. Comes a girl with the pretty hair.
It's a hot mess. I thank you for having me. My name is Paula, and I am Director of Corporate Relations with USA Cares. We are a nonprofit 501(c) veteran organization, and we assist veterans in financial hardships. We get about 100 phone calls a week throughout the country for the sheriff is at my door or my car is being repossessed, and we step in and grant them the money. But more importantly, we try to stop the factors that go into suicide. One of those factors is career transition. I manage a program out of Fort Knox for their career skills program, and we work with service members that are transitioning out of the service into the civilian sector after 20 or 30 years. And we coach them and mentor them, and we partner with organizations and we place them for good paying jobs so that they can, they won't be one of our 100 phone calls. But I'm asking to be awarded our grant again this year so that we can continue our path of career transition, not just out of Fort Knox, but for all veterans that are in our area, that we can help some of the community leaders that are here in J-Town, that we can help support them in some of their staffing needs, if you will. We also work with spouses, but we need to sustain our program, and the grant will help us work harder in J-Town to help some of these organizations. But we also help throughout the community of Louisville as well. So
You have a very worthwhile organization.
thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
Is there anything I can answer? Any questions? The grant would mean a lot. We could, again, sustain the program and just keep it going.
Oh, we'll let you know next time.
Thank you.
Great.
for what you
All right.
do.
Thank you.
Next one will be the Bill Young Memorial Foundation.
Hello, I'm Dan McIntyre, President of the Bill Young Memorial Foundation. Thanks for having me tonight. Through donations from the city of J-Town and our other fundraising efforts, we've been able to help a lot of families over the last 3 years. In the past year, we've given to a young lady who needed a heart transplant. We gave to Carithers Middle School, who hadn't updated their cheerleading uniforms in several years. We've given to single mothers who needed Christmas for themselves and their children. Just many, many outreach programs within the city of J-Town. So we're asking for a donation to continue to do our great work. And I can answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions?
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, first reading of resolutions number 756, series 2023.
I make a motion for first reading of resolution 756, series 2003, by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
A resolution relating to the approval of a revised detailed district development plan as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development: 2125 Blankenbaker Auto Sales at 2125 Blankenbaker Parkway. I believe he's already at the podium. Mr. Rucci has a presentation.
Okay, this is, Fred stated, is a revised detailed district development plan. The property was rezoned last year originally, to C2, to allow 2 dealerships at that time. So the red is C2 and then the blue is PEC zoning off of Blankenbaker Parkway. So it's across from BMW primarily and the Lexus. The corner is the Chick-fil-A. Be a little better idea there. This was the original plan with the rezoning, was for a Dodge Jeep Ram, and then a phase 2 that was to be determined. So that was their rendering originally with the zoning change that was approved. So this is the revised development plan. They show 3 dealerships, a Hyundai and a Genesis with a future 3rd one. So that's their proposed elevations for the Genesis dealership. That's the Hyundai.
Nice.
So that's the plan, just a little bit closer up. So, just due to changes from year to year, they had kind of gotten started with the previous one. You'll see that the site has been disturbed already, but then they put a hold on that. Market change, I guess. So they're proposing these dealerships instead. So it's two 28,000 square foot buildings, the top and the bottom. The center one's the 9,000 square feet.
Anybody got any questions? Is there anybody here representing them tonight, Steve?
The engineer is here if you had questions, but
Steve, again, we had it already zoned for 2 buildings, is that right?
yeah, there were originally just the two large buildings. One was a proposed dealership. The other one was to be determined phase 2 building. So they didn't have anybody at that point in time. And while they were developing this, I guess market changes. They decided they'd rather do the need for the Genesis dealership and then the Hyundai at this location.
Is the square footage of the 3 buildings the same as it was on the 2? I couldn't really tell on the.
No,
I knew
it's a
you'd
little
ask that, and I
smaller.
should have looked at that. I'll probably ask the engineer.
Come ahead.
The previous 2 were larger buildings, so, but
There's a reduction in building area, about 20,000 square feet approximately, and this same goes for impervious surface. It's a reduction in overall impervious surface as well on the property of about 20,000 square feet.
How many people do you think that this is going to employ? About, any idea? Got 3 dealerships there.
75.
How many?
75.
75. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Mayor, if there are no other questions, this being a resolution, I will adopt Mr. Rusi's summary as my own, and you may entertain a motion for passage.
You so moved.
So moved.
Go ahead, second. Did you make a motion to pass it? Second.
She did. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. I want to thank you for doing business in Jeffersontown. We appreciate anybody and everybody that wants to come here and make Jeffersontown their home. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Committee reports. Mark Bloom,
No report, Mayor.
Allison, legislative.
No reports for legislative.
Tim Hall,
Economic Development has no reports.
Trina,
Administration has no reports.
Vince,
No report, Public Works.
Pam,
I have no report from Parks and Rec.
and Pam Ware.
I guess I should schedule a safety meeting.
And probably you need to schedule one too.
That's what I was going to
Do you guys want to do it on the 7th, November 7th? 5 o'clock. Who's on my safety?
On safety with her. Kevin, Vince, and Tim.
Let's see. Well, Kevin's not here, so
But I'm sure he probably can come.
we could tentatively do it on the 7th.
That's good for me.
And if he can't, we can reschedule.
Yeah, Kevin, Vince, and Tim. Tim, you
Vince, are
okay?
you good on the 7th before the meeting? Tim?
5 o'clock.
All right, let's just tentatively safety on the 7th, November 7th
Okay.
at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Allison, do you want to set yours up while we're here?
Yeah.
And that is for stop sign. Okay.
Can I put something on that too? I mean, since there's another street in there that I think ought to be looked at or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my
Because
goodness,
I live in the
as long as-
neighborhood and I walk it every day. La Costa and San Marcos is, it's a speedway. And I know she brought up to put the stop signs at Cottage Hill and Collingwood because a stop sign at San Marcos, do you know what I'm talking about? San
That's
Marcos.
that long.
And a big truck couldn't get up the hill if they had
Oh,
a
yeah,
stop
yeah,
sign.
yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
they want it down there at Cottage Hill.
I gotcha.
because that'll probably come up, I would think, because that's more in the middle.
Yeah, that's a big,
But it's a lot closer. Yeah, I mean, if you stopped in a garbage truck or a whatever, you wouldn't get back up. Anyway,
before I pass on my committee, I just want to say, Debbie, when this is over, I want to see your display up close and personal. It looks so cute in the photos.
It
A
is
good
cute.
idea.
yeah, let's go get our picture made.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. well,
That's all I got.
Allison,
Okay.
do you want to set up something before?
I mean, what days, who's on that? Trina?
I'm out.
When are you, no, but you don't leave until when? We could do it maybe before. I mean,
You leave the 17th?
yeah. Who else is on that? Is that Vince on it too? Yeah,
At what meeting?
this is legislative.
October.
Legislative, I'm not on that meeting. It's, Mike Kevin Carmen's on that meeting.
You're
Okay,
on,
well,
Vi-
ours
yeah,
says-
you're on there.
Ours says you.
It says Vince.
But this was
Vince,
a mix-up.
Trina, Mark,
I think
and
Kevin might
Oh,
be
no,
on it
this
now.
says Kevin.
I think
Allison, Mark,
I think Kevin might be on it now. But mine says Vince still right here.
mine too.
I think,
This one says Vince, this one says Kevin.
I think it's Kevin.
It's Kevin because, we switched.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then I need to get with Kevin, but I would like to do it before the next meeting.
Allison, Mark, Kevin, and Trina.
When did you want to do that, Allison?
Um,
Would you like, whatever that lady's
Till
name?
17th, Allison, if you want to do it.
how long is Kevin gone? Do y'all know?
He'll be back next week.
Okay, let's do it next week.
Remember
Right. I don't,
Monday, we have that big
what is that? Is that too busy? We could do Tuesday.
Yeah, Monday, there's too much going on here Monday.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, well, Wednesday I'm kind of covered up.
How about Thursday? Thursday
Thursday.
the 12th.
All right, I can do Thursday the 12th.
I can do
When?
Thursday.
What, 5
Oh,
o'clock?
wait, I gotta get her.
When's
You got
the
both
earliest
colors
that
I
Kevin
didn't
can
bring
do?
the phone with me.
When's the earliest Kevin can do on a
Like
weekday?
4:30, can he get
4:30?
here? 4:30?
Make it 5. Yeah.
Okay, let's do 5 then. I'm fine. Are y'all 4:30, 5 on
Is
Thursday?
that election day?
That's a
November
Thursday,
7th.
The 7th is. the
We're
Bible
talking
meeting, is that
October,
bad?
we're talking October.
Oh,
12th.
October.
October
October
12th.
12th.
But we'll check with Kevin.
There's a blood drive in St. Edward, but I'll be good. Okay.
So are we setting it or not?
Are we setting, you've already set safety. Legislative, I'd like to do the 12th, which is a Thursday at 5 o'clock, but I need to double check with Kevin and I can text him. I'll send a text out. Tentatively, yes, 5 o'clock on the 12th.
Okay. Okay. Next thing, Debbie. Would you like to come up and tell them what's going on with the Trian celebration or dedication on Monday?
Just a reminder, on Monday at 2 o'clock, the Trian dedication will occur down at Veterans Park. I did hand you all your tags. You will need that to get in the parking lot at the Jeffersonian. What they have 10 shuttle buses that are meeting at Southeast Christian, and they will be a constant tour from Southeast Christian to Veterans Park. They're expecting about 2,000 people, possibly more. Looks like the weather's going to be in the low 70s and sunny, so it's going to be a very pretty day. The event is at 2. Last meeting, Tammy was saying that she'd like to have everybody here about 1. So they can get everybody in place. They said the event will probably take about an hour and a half, 2 hours is the amount of the time of the dedication. They're planning on having, hopefully if they can get it all approved, they're going to do a flyover, not a Huey, but something else. I can't remember. Oh, yes, the Chinook. Yeah, the Chinook is going to fly over. If they can get everything planned, they were very concerned about the government shutdown. They didn't know how that was going to affect. So as of Monday, it will be opened. They've pretty much have everything ready to go down there. The Public Works has taken some great strides to get it all ready to go. We're still meeting with them. And they're still requesting lots, and but all is well. So Monday at 2 o'clock it will be finalized, and the only try-in, a monument in the United States is in Jeffersontown, Kentucky. So
You want us to be there at,
be there at 1 o'clock.
there at 1?
Yeah.
We have reserved seating.
I thought we are going to come here, Debbie.
That parking pass, you don't have to come here. Just go straight there. And that way you don't have to ride together and you can just go there unless you
I
wanted
just
to.
think it would be less cars if everybody met here, but I don't care. If
I
everyone
think
wants to
I
drive
think
their
it
own car.
makes more sense, Carol, just to have everybody just drive down there and get there when they can, because not everybody can get it there at the same time. But yeah, at 1 o'clock, they are going to have reserved seats. They said they were going to reserve about 50 to 75 seats. They're not sure who's coming, like a Gold Star General and a 3-star General and a 2-star General and all of that. They're going to have all of that. Bill Deeriff is the MC of the event, and they said he was on with Dwight today. So Dwight this afternoon to promote it. They sent out, these were the invitations they sent out. They sent out 2,000 invitations. So, I mean, they've spent lots and lots of money. So hopefully for their sake that we have a big celebration for them for this dedication.
A lot of work has gone into this. A lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time.
All of that, yes.
Almost over.
It's almost over.
Everybody
As
can
of
go back
Monday
to
at
their
4 o'clock,
original
it's over. It's, yes.
jobs.
Carol, do you care if I just talk real quick about Pumpkin Fest and the couple of things we have so you all know what's going on? As a reminder, 27th, that's that Friday, we do have Pumpkin Fest. It's going to be at Veterans Park. We're getting some really good responses back from businesses. That's going to be giving out candy. We've got about 150 to 200 pumpkins coming, so make sure you put it on your calendar to come and carve pumpkins that week. They'll be at the Jeffersonian on that Thursday or Friday. We'll put those out. We've got apple cider and donuts is going to be our food of choice and refreshments. We've got a DJ. It's going to be like a pumpkin stroll. So I think it'll be a fun event for the
Through
kids this year.
Through the park.
Through the
down in
park.
The thing.
As far as we can go with, as far as we can go with 150 pumpkins. We also have some milk jugs that we're making them into ghost, different things like that. So that's going to be a fun event. I mean, I think we're getting lots of good responses on Facebook, social media of people planning on coming. So it's something different. We'll try it and see how it goes, but at least it's safer. We're not going to have to worry about kids getting hit or parents or any of that kind of stuff. So, and then we have the movie at the Jeffersonian that night. So it'll be a fun event, a very, very fun event. I'm looking forward to it. So,
Dressing as Snow White, and each one of the council is one of my dwarfs.
oh, that's
So
very
how
festive.
it's Coming.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
That's
just at
very, that's very festive. Yeah. Oh, on
You
your
want to
lips.
be grumpy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sleepy.
No, I don't. I just.
Like maybe y'all talked about.
And so,
That'll be cute.
but I do have like T-shirts that I've got. I found them at Target, and they're pumpkins, and we're gonna have like Ghoul staff, so people know who they are and people that they can ask if how may I help you. So we will have some people working. I've just so yeah, so we'll have some worker bees up there that night. So that's coming. Light Up J-Town. I need y'all to put this on your calendar. It's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. It is November 26th. It'll be 5:30 to 7:30 on the steps here at Jeffersontown. And we will be doing a traditional light up. I mean, Carol's going to flip a switch and all the lights are going to come on. So
The lights have been down at the park, and I just think it's better when you light up J-Town that you're where the lights are.
Yeah, so
Where they're lit up, not here and they light it
5:30
down.
to 7:30. We're going to do light refreshments again, hot chocolate, cookies, carriage rides through downtown. So so that's something exciting. But we do have a lot of fun things for Christmas time this year. We're going to do Where is Santa? We've got a couple boys that's going to dress up as Santa Claus, and they're just going to pop into places and give out business cards and tell people to post their picture with Santa. And maybe Santa might be at the firehouse, maybe Santa might be at Rec Bar, or maybe Santa might be at Taco Bell. I mean, so that's something fun that we can get out there. So that's all just going to be in J-Town. We're going to do a house decorating contest. And the December 10th will be the deadline. And then I want Julie to take all of y'all on the bus and y'all go around and judge the houses that have submitted their names. And then on December 19th council meeting, you all will say who's the winner. And we're going to try to do like a gift basket of different donations from different places in J-Town for like $400 or $500. So it's well worth them doing it.
Your house.
So we thought that would be something fun. We're going to do pancakes with Santa at the Jeffersonian on the 23rd. It's a little late, but you know, Santa's busy. And so, so it's going to be at the Jeffersonian. So we're going to do that. And we're going to use our same pancake guy that we use for Easter. That was great. And it's like $8 a person. It's all you can eat pancakes and sausage links. So, and Tang. Where else can you have Tang with your pancakes? And then we're going to just do some pop-up Santas up here on the town square on Saturdays in December. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be just sitting here, and then it will be, maybe a couple of them might be animal friendly if they want to bring their dog or their iguana and have Santa's pictures taken with them. So, so we've got a lot of fun things planned for December. We're really excited. We got a couple things we just need to work out with the firehouse. Maybe doing like a Santa through the neighborhoods. Yeah, so we're trying to do that and said we would, if they would put Christmas lights on their fire truck. So they haven't got back with me yet if they would be willing to do that. So that's my final thing. But yeah, so I mean, do y'all have any questions or anything like that for our events coming up?
One thing while you're on that, New Year's Day is Monday, I think. I would like to cancel the meeting. I don't know what your all's feeling is for the next day, the New Year's week, and that would be on Tuesday, the 2nd. So it would be up to you guys, but I would like to cancel it. It's up to you all if y'all are going to be here or gone or whatever, and just have miss the first meeting in January and do it the 2nd. What's y'all's pleasure on that?
It works for me.
Trina, aren't you out of town too over that week? Okay.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, it works for me.
Works for you?
Bill said you need a motion for that, Carol.
I'll make
Okay.
a motion that we cancel the meeting for January the 2nd.
Okay,
Second.
okay. Did you second that, Pam?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
That's all I have. I just wanted to keep y'all in the loop so y'all could put it on your calendars and
Hey Debbie, is
Debbie.
there any thoughts of using the trolley for any of these kind of events? I know in December it's cold, but
possibly, our issue right now is finding a
We can't find a
CDL
driver.
passenger driver.
If anybody
So-
knows that's listening to this,
Yeah.
if anybody knows anybody with a CDLP license,
Right.
we would like to have
Yep.
you and, you know, maybe use you for 4 hours once a month.
So that's the big thing is finding a CDL passenger driver.
what about, and I'm thinking about parking for the Halloween event because I have a feeling it's gonna be
There's nothing
crazy.
going on the Jeffersonian that night. So we have that and then we have the church parking lot too.
Okay.
And if Kenny doesn't have, if Kenny is available, the Owen Funeral or Ratterman Funeral Home is always very good with allowing us to use their parking lot as well too.
What about amphitheater? Have we paved that yet?
No, ma'am,
Not yet.
that's not paid.
It's probably coming. Will it won't be paved though by then.
So yeah, so we've got a lot of fun things going for the city of J-Town this in the fall. So I just wanted you all to be aware.
Very creative ideas.
Thank you,
There you go.
guys.
Sounds
Thank
like
you.
fun.
Pam, would you like to speak on this?
No, you just might want to, he might do it. I mean, if he might.
Oh, this is a guy that you're talking back and should call. Okay, I didn't know what you're talking about. Okay, somebody for the trolley tours. Okay. Anything else for the city council? Oh, I know, I have one thing. I just want to tell everyone, I'm very proud of a lot of people in this city hall. It takes a village to run it, but I just wanted to tell you that our planning and permitting department had a really big hit this week, and we claimed on one check on one piece of property $174,000, and it took a lot of people to get this to go. But that's I just want to give them a shout out and a pat on the back for that. So that's very good for them. Thank you for everyone who was involved in that. Other than that,
I'll make a motion. We adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion